Welcome back to Built for Builds. We over here at Project 16. My tongue is tied today. Okay, we at Project 1613. I just got done with the construction for the day over in Homestead. That's where we're doing a kitchen job at. Smart Structure and Construction for all of your construction needs, okay? Had to make my shameless plug. But over here, I wanted to talk about why I always demo houses completely. So as you can see, there's no plaster, there's no drywall. I mean, there's no plaster, there's no lathing, whatever you call those sticks that are behind the plaster, but we took everything out. The reason for that is so we can get a modern design and modern conveniences whenever people are actually in the space. What I mean by that is all of these different outlets that you see in the blue boxes. We have our light switches in the most convenient place for whenever you're coming into the room. We have outlets going the whole way around. Anywhere that you might end up at, there's always an outlet so you can plug your devices in. You don't have to search around. And a lot of the codes for future businesses, I haven't dropped any videos, but I've been working on another business, and for this one you have to get state approval and all kinds of things. So they have actual codes on how far away your plugs need to be. Right now I mostly do Airbnb with my properties, but I'm looking to change that in the future. So I like to redo the houses completely so that way I can get all of my ducts in here, I can get my returns, I can get a furnace system that I know is not going to be overpowered or underpowered. There's so many advantages to demoing the house and redoing everything all over again. And not to mention the hardwired smoke detectors. You can see that blue box up here. There you go. That one is a hardwired smoke. This is a hardwired smoke. Even though you still have to change the batteries, it's just better to have them hardwired. And I know for certain regulations, that's a thing. So another reason is to get all this ductwork in here. A lot of times these old houses, this house was built in like 1909, 1910, somewhere around there. And the old houses had, no, we took them all out. No, we still have it. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see that black line. That line is a gas line. So this house originally, whenever it was built, it had gas lights. So they weren't powered by electric, they were actually gas. And you could imagine there was no forced air, nothing like that. So in order to get all the changes that we needed to make the house more modern once it's done, you kind of have to demo everything because you won't be able to, I mean, you're going to end up in cutting up everything by the time that you cut out parts of your plaster to get your exhaust ducts for the bathroom, for instance. That's what this is right here. So this exhaust duct goes the whole way out, up through the roof. It'll carry all the steam out. And that's important whenever you're making other revisions to the house. So we have a jet tub here. It has a heater in it, which is going to create more steam. And then we have a shower that comes out for your hand shower, or you know what I'm trying to say. And then we have a rain shower head too. So if you have all of this running at one time, there's going to be a lot of steam in the bathroom. In addition, the water heater over here is, I think it's a Rudd, but it can run all three bathrooms at full max, full hot water endlessly. So, if you're taking 30, 40-minute showers, you're going to have a lot of steam. You have to make sure that you have exhaust fans and all of those kinds of things that can accommodate whatever changes you're trying to make, so you don't run into big issues like mold down the line. So whenever we're changing up where we're putting our vanities at, and this area right here, originally, it wasn't a bathroom. So now that I changed it around to make it a bathroom, we would have had to basically cut out every bay in order to get the heating ducts in here and to get the vanity light and the vent coming up from the sink. So, there's a lot of different things to consider. In addition to all that, the third floor had raccoons all through it. So whenever we dropped that plaster, it turned out that like there was a dead raccoon up there. There was dander. It still smells like raccoons on the third floor. So, you know, you don't really want all that in the house that you plan on keeping long term. We were working on the project over in East Liberty, and the owner of the house, I think she paid like $26,000 to have everything, to have her electricity ran, because she didn't want to demo all the walls. She paid $26,000. I think I paid like, what did I pay? 11. I paid 11 for this. And you know, it's because the walls are open, they can run through it and put everything where it needs to be at. It's a lot cheaper. For the extra, what is that? $15,000 that she spent to get her electrical done, because electricians had to cut out cut all the walls out. And that wasn't the cost of them repairing the walls. That was just them cutting all the walls and pulling the wire, fishing the wire through. It just takes a lot more time. This area of the house was rotted out and eaten up by carpenter ants. There was a downspout right in front of it, and the back of the downspout was rusted out, or I don't know. There were holes inside of it, and it was spraying the water right back into the house. So once it got wet and the carpenter ants came, it was pretty much a wrap from there. The next thing we found was this joist was split. You can see that lighter line. That's the new wood that's sistered up against the old joist. So whenever you have a joist that's split, it's going to bounce whenever you walk on it. And that makes rattles and shakes and things like that throughout the house. So by taking a new piece of wood and running it right next to the old one, then you run lag bolts through it, that carries the load across the old damaged piece of wood over to the new piece. That way we don't have any more rattles, it's nice and tight, and that's the way that it should be. So, then there was this one that was cracked as well, but it was cracked over on the other side, over in the hallway. So we carried the load back over the supporting wall. It runs over there onto the bands of you can't see them, but the exterior wall where it catches the joists is at, and everything supported nice and tight. So those are the reasons why I always demo houses whenever I first get them. I plan on keeping them for a long time, and it just makes a lot more sense. I mean, you don't have to worry about different issues and, you know, like things falling apart that you had no idea about, smells. Let's say that area that was behind the wall, there's carpenter ants, you know, it's rotted out wood. Would it make the house fall down? Probably not. But eventually there would be some more issues there. So, you know, just keep those things in mind when y'all doing your projects, or when you're looking at a house and thinking about buying it. Just know that there's a lot of issues that you cannot see behind these walls. And if the house has been sitting for some years, it's more than likely going to have a lot of issues. And if you ever see ivy on the outside of the house, just know it has some kind of infestation, whether or not it's going to be raccoons or carpenter ants. That the ivy is like a highway. You can see it right there on that window, but it's like a highway for pests. But yeah, y'all keep on grinding, and I'm out. I'll catch y'all on the next video.